Hey everyone, how's it going? So I'm currently working on my next two videos, and they're taking a little longer to put together than I had originally anticipated, but I think you'll enjoy both of them. That said, I didn't want to leave you with nothing for this week, so I thought it might be fun for me to go through and talk about 6 shows that I'm planning on watching for this fall season and try and describe my take on them to you in 6 words or less. Because some of my patrons have been asking me for this kind of thing. Subtle plug, link down below. And I thought it'd be interesting to do something a little different than your average recommendation or what I'm watching video. So let's do this. So let's start off with what I guess you'd call the obvious choices. Ancient Magus Bride. Everything about this anime is gorgeous. Yeah, I don't know if there's really more I need to add to that. I'm basing this entirely off what I saw in the preview and the OP, but I'm fully on board. I don't know if I'm necessarily as hyped as everyone is, but I'm excited to see where it goes for sure. Shokugeki No Soma Season 3. Megumi is best girl. Fight me. Kidding, you can have whatever best girl you want, but obviously I don't have much to add to this conversation. It's season 3 of a show. Of course, if I've been enjoying it so far, I'm going to continue enjoying it, and I just made a video about it. Black Clover. Not sure how to feel yet. This series has already become somewhat of a meme thanks to Asta's voice actor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, that pretty much about sums it up. And I didn't really mind it, I actually kind of found it hilarious, but I could see how it would wear on you, especially since this might have 51 episodes. But in terms of the plot and story, nothing really stood out to me in the first episode. It came across as a little standard, so I will probably have to give it a few more weeks before I ultimately decide what to do with this one. Konohan Kitan. Really cute. That's about it, though. If I'm gonna be honest, this show might be the one I'm closest to dropping. The series is basically what it says on the tin. It is incredibly cute, but I think the more I learn about my own viewing habits, I like it when cute is not necessarily the only thing that's going on. I enjoy shows like Demi-chan or New Game, where a person's cuteness isn't the most defining aspect of their character. It's just a nice addition. And that's something that could very well change with this series over time, but for now, I'm not really holding my breath. Juni Taisen, also known as Zodiac War. Eat your heart out, Ted Cruz. I'm kidding, I'm sorry, I know it's a dead meme, I just don't want it to be. But yeah, this series is kind of a pleasant surprise. I wasn't planning on watching it, I had seen the preview and didn't really think much of it, but I just happened to be scrolling past it while browsing Crunchyroll, and yeah, it's a pretty good time. It's incredibly edgy, but there is plenty of action to back that up, and I'm just looking forward to the next episode. The lack of plot armor too is really nice and refreshing. And finally, Girls' Last Tour. Post-apocalyptic moe is all I need. Or alternatively, f*** you Amazon, f*** you hard. A bit of an overreaction? Okay, maybe, but after last season having both Princess Principal and Maiden Abyss behind that anime strike paywall, I was incredibly disappointed to see one of my more anticipated shows get swept up by them. But enough whining, what about the show? Honestly, the reason why I put this one last is because it is probably my anime of the season so far. Now yes, we are only 2 weeks into the season, so that is an early call to make, but I have been enjoying it more than any other show so far. It's a rare example for me where I had a certain expectation going in, and it was just kind of matched perfectly. That is to say, I'm getting exactly what I expected I would out of this show, and there's something so nice about that. It's definitely not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but give the first episode a watch and you can judge for yourself. At the very least, you should watch the OP. I'll include a link to it on Twitter down below. I also don't want to give away too much because hint hint, I will probably be talking about this series in a later video, but that'll just about wrap things up. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. What do you think of these shows? Are there any you'd recommend I check out? These last few seasons especially, I wouldn't have found some of my favorite shows if it weren't for recommendations, so don't be shy. Thanks for watching, and an especially big thanks goes out to my patrons PenguinPandaZero, OverjoyedSoup, James, Morton, Omar Perez, and everyone else generously supporting me. You can click the right if you'd like to become part of that awesome bunch, click the left to subscribe, in the middle if you want to watch more of my content, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you next time.